Here's how I do audits so I can find opportunities and I can see where I can add value. So then I can send outreach messages and see if there's any work opportunity right there. Now, have in mind that I do this, and I do this in a very specific method. I don't just audit every single funnel I see. I don't just, you know, uh, select anybody. I select very specific people in specific scenarios where I know I can add value. So this is an example of it. So I saw this ad, right, from Sahil Bloom. I've never heard from him. Okay, I didn't even know he existed, right? So this is the very first time that I'm seeing this ad or seeing this person, and what we can see right here is one. Imagine it's 6 months from now. Two, you wake up calm, focused ahead. Three, it started with one free download. Okay, now this is kinda abstract, so I don't really understand what it is. But let's say that I go ahead and click on it. Transform your productivity and well-being with my daily routines. Okay, transforming the productivity and well-being. This might be something that a lot of people want. Okay, but still, it's kind of abstract for what kind of productivity, what do you mean about well-being, for kind of type of people this is going to be focused on. So a lot of these things are really abstract, but then again, I go ahead and I click on it. Okay, so once I click on it, this is the very first page I see. So what do I see? I see a free download right there on top. Let me see here. Free download, personal development. I see get my morning, evening routine, and then Sahil's Bloom morning, evening routines, daily rituals with life-changing results. Then I have an email address and a download free with some, kind of social proof. There is not really a lot of social proof, but anyway. Then I have his picture and I have a PDF with the morning routines. Okay, so I can identify a couple of things here. One, I'm going to get these guys' morning routines, morning and evening routines. I don't really know what kind of change I'm going to get from this page. From the ad, I kind of feel like I can have an idea of this productivity and it's going to be well-being, but I don't even know who it is targeting for. And um, so this is not going to resonate like this. This is not going to be a no-brainer for most people. Okay, one of the most important things that we do. Okay, and let me just go back here. One of the first things that we do as conversion rep optimization, right, or funnel builders, is we want to sell a specific idea for each part of the funnel. So when we see an ad, we want to sell a specific idea, and that specific idea should resonate in like 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. So when I see here, wake up call, focus ahead, these are, kind of shiny keywords, but they are not very specific targeted keywords. Okay. So um, what kind of group of people will resonate with these? Because if you don't really know who Sahil Bloom is, you don't have an idea of how good he is, right? You don't even know if these are good morning routines or not. He's saying it is, right? Change your life, but you don't really know until you are a warm lead, until you watch his calendar for a while, and etc. Right? So right now, for cold audience, this is not going to convert very, very well. Now, when we get to the page, what can we see? Get my morning evening routine. This is just for really warm audiences. This is for people that they know Sahil, they know he's successful, and they want to be successful as well. They resonate with them, so they want to find his routines so they can start changing their life. For everybody else, they are not going to care about it. They are just simply not going to care about it. If you catch them on a good mood, if you catch them on without any distractions, if you catch them on a specific time of the day where they feel like, okay, I'll download it, then you might get them as a lead, but it's not guaranteed that they are even going to read the document. Okay, so all these needs to be very, very more specific. Then we repeat the same message right here. Sahil's Bloom morning routine. We are repeating the same message over and over again. So we are not building a case. We are just selling the exact same thing that we sold before. So whenever we are in a journey, right? And let me explain it this way. Whenever we are in a journey, we have the attention phase right here with the ad, right? We need to sell them on why should they click. Then they go to the landing page, LP. We need to sell them on what they're going to get and why should they even consider being curious, especially on something like this. This is curiosity that matters. So we need to sell them on the curiosity, and then we need to sell them on a very specific action so that we get them right there. Because if they download and don't do something right after, they kind of forget about you, and maybe later on they receive an email, but so you are losing track. You are not guiding them to the right direction. So this is kind of what you want to do. So let's go ahead and try to understand what it does here. But before that, let me very quickly do a design analysis. Design wise, it's fine. Right side, there's morning routine. There's the picture of the guy, all good. Left side, the copy, not so great. Free download. This doesn't look like this is grayed out. Doesn't make it happy. It doesn't make like subconsciously. It doesn't look like something positive. So I would add free download as blue, bright blue, or even like the background and the border with a bright blue. So that will be happy. Would be like a feeling that yes, I want to do this. Then we have a button right on this on the side of this. So the button is very, very small compared to everything else. You just have the email address. You don't have the name, but that's no problem. You can personalize it later. But here I would make sure that I would add the conversion, the social proof below, a bigger button, download free. I would change the CTA to something more like get access to the secret morning routines that got me to XYZ, and then we go ahead and do that. So let's add my email, and let's download, see what he does right after. So now he does this. It kind of takes a while. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, cool. And now he says, these are fellow creators that I follow. You should too. Check them out. So now he's basically saying, hey, go check these other guys. So I can select them all and then subscribe, or I can just say maybe later. Thanks for confirming your subscription. As a thank you, don't forget to get my free copy of Morning Evening Routines, ebook below, download it, and then we go to the PDF. The PDF is okay, right? It looks good. I don't know about the principles and all that stuff, but it looks good. So what are the major flaws here? There's a few major flaws. The ones that I already talked about. Each stage of the journey needs to be very specific on one action, and it needs to be successful on that action, preventing people from doing what they usually do, which is they are living a busy life, so they need to move forward. They are very stressed out. They have 1,000 ideas on their mind. So you need to sell them the idea of why they should care about this message specifically. Like, why should they spend time on this message and get to the next step? Because they have 1,000 distractions. They could easily go ahead and check something else. Then once people, resonate with that and they go to the next step needs to have a very specific goal. And then the last one is the thank you page. The thank you page should guide them to something very cool that you got them. Like, you need to boost their reward system. You need to boost their reward system so that you can guide them towards the next path. Because if you don't do that, you are going to lose them as, in that specific moment, which is the highest motivated they are. And maybe in the future, you're going to grab them again and get them on your circle and all that stuff. So let me give you a quick example of what I usually do. So right here, everything starts with the content you create or the ads that you add, and then you send them to one specific link where the user knows what they should do, okay? In this case, this is for organic, but this will be the exact same thing for paid ads, right? So instead of a link in bio, you have a sales page. So in this case right here, we have two types of things. We have a free lead magnet, or we have a main product. The image is not loading for some reason, but that's fine. Right here, we have the main lead magnet where and by the way, these are AI generated images. All right, so we are back. So these are AI generated images, just, for illustrative purposes. These can also be really, really optimized. But anyway, so we have a lead magnet, send me the starter kit. That's what I want. Cool. And then right after that, they go to one place where now they have so many different things where they can explore. They can see other things. They can explore more about what this creator does. They can see his past work. So you are always grabbing their attention to the right moment and giving them a little bit more of what they got. So they received the ebook. Sure, awesome, amazing. They're gonna get an email from that, but you don't want them to go, purposely to go to their email and navigate it, because when they go to the email, they have like dozens, hundreds of other emails. So you are losing their attention. So you want to send them to your own, uh, um, you know, digital ecosystem, let's call it that way, where now they are focused on this and like, oh, this shiny thing, this shiny thing, this shiny thing. What do they have? They have a training library. They have funnels. They have tools. They have resources, community. Oh, what kind of other things? Oh, I can upgrade. I didn't know they had, this other course. And then you can have calls, or you can have, courses. You can upgrade if you want to. You can have, or even have a 7-day free trial, for example. You can join a 5-day challenge. You can join their lives. So you are in their environment. You are not sending them elsewhere. You are not giving them an excuse to move away from your mission that is going to help them fulfill their mission. So everyone is in mutual agreement, like everyone uh, benefits from that. And then, of course, you have your own CRM where you can understand every single thing that is happening right now, the amount of leads you're getting, and all that stuff. So anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, but this is something that I would do, that I help other people do and understand which areas of the journey are they in, how they can guide through the customer journey, and how can you get the best of each lead that you gather. How can you give so much value that your audience understands, okay, I need to learn from these people, from this person, because this person knows something that I wish I knew already, that I don't. So I want to learn from him or from her, whatever it is. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. Drop a like below if you like to see more. And if you want me to audit your own customer journey, let me know and send me the details, and I'll do that.